Hello everyone, I'm Drax, you're tuned in to Draxatron, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 7 of Let's Play The Outer Worlds. I'm glad you're here and chose to visit, and I hope you'll enjoy today's adventure. Let's get into it, shall we? Now, last we had left off, we'd taken care of some business around Stellar Bay. Our next stop is to go to Fallbrook and visit Lilia Hagen, Catherine Malin, who is an agent for Sublight. Along the way, we're going to stop in Amber Heights and visit the Iconoclasts, but first, let's talk to Agnes here.
Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
A bit high on the histrionics, huh?
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always. But how can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy? Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
There's probably more to that than's being told, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. Alright. Before we go any further, though, I do need to switch. There we go. Now,
You ever seen a real-life Saltuna?
What do you mean live? Saltuna comes in cans?
Felix, Saltuna is a kind of fish. Lives in the ocean. You knew that, right?
You serious? You tell me there's a fish made entirely out of Saltuna?
Never mind. I'll tell you later.
Now to get to Amber Heights, we have to go straight ahead. We'll follow the road around a ways. Uh-oh. Surprise.
Alright, here we go!
I did not mean to do that, but okay.
Now that was fun!
I'm glad you had fun, Felix. I almost called him Marcus. But nobody named Marcus here. Oh. No, let's take that. We'll have to assess everybody's weapons in a minute just to make sure. Okay. What is this? Oh, I think I know what that is. Okay. We'll come up again that a little bit later. Alright, now this is not Amber Heights. I can't rightly recollect the name of this location. Amber Heights is further down the road, but there is a quest or two connected to this location. Let's see if they got anything useful. Okay. Bayside Terrace, that's right. Okay. Okay, nobody home.
Oh, you got that?
I got that. Isn't it nice? We'll be swinging back by this place a little later, if I remember correct. For now, on to Amber Heights. I hear wrapped. I see one. Where you? There you are.
Don't mess
Hush.
with us.
Lemon slap. Oh. All right then. Okay.
One
Here we
down.
go!
Come on, show me your pretty face.
That's the last of
There
them!
we go. Ah, crap. I did not mean to do that. Raptidons? Okay. Well, we're not going that way yet, so...
I'm a good brawl. Best there ever was.
Alright, we're at Amber Heights now, I think. Aha. Alright, let's go inside.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the iconoclasts. I'm Rose. Please take a pamphlet. In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his philosophist truths, and the iconoclast way. He wrote it himself, you know.
Well, good for him.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it. I'm so sorry. It's a habit, I suppose. We used to have plenty, but we ran out of paper and ink. Ever since the corporations left, it's been hard to come by the basics. But you know what we do have? Freedom. This is the only place in Halcyon you'll find it. No corporations, no shackles, no problems.
Just different kinds of problems.
Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep. The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
Let's see if we can deal with that first, since we're right here. He's up this way.
Seems like a nice little town. Except for all the dead critters.
This place wasn't half so pretty in the serials.
If that's Tucker Needham, he is not a little boy. Let's talk to him.
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger? Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Oh, he's gonna love this.
I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? Had hoped she'd accept my decision. According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
This is one of those tricky situations where you wonder if there is a right or a wrong answer to how to address this. On one hand, Tucker is 42. He's grown up. He can make his own decisions. So if he wants to run off and join the Iconoclasts, that's understandable from his perspective. Though from his mom's perspective, even when you're 42 years old, because I saw it happen with a relative of mine once many years ago with my grandmother, even when you're fully grown, you're still their baby, and it can be hard for them not to worry for your safety. But at the same time, Agnes sounds like the quintessential helicopter parent. And yeah, so let's see what he wants to do about it.
Stars, I don't know. My mama's a stubborn woman. She won't quit until I'm dead.
That can be arranged.
Felix Millstone, don't you dare.
Yeah, Felix.
You know, that might just work. You go back and tell her you found my body beside the road, all mangled and tore up. If she believes me dead, she won't look for me no more.
I couldn't do that to somebody's mother.
I know it sounds extreme, but I can't go back. I just can't. This is the only way I can think of to be free. I hate to think of her grieving, but it'll be good for her to move on. In the long run, you know?
I have a hard time doing something like that to a mother. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't imagine if I were, I mean, even if I were in Tucker's shoes, I'd have a hard time imagining doing that to my mother. But then again, my mother wasn't quite, I mean, she could helicopter a little bit, but my mother was never, never quite to the extreme degree that Agnes Needham is.
I'm plain out of ideas then, Captain. I won't go back, and I can't think of a better way to get my mama to stop searching for me.
It comes down to a controlling mother and a man who just wants to live his own life. And I'll have to come back to this conversation. I got to think about that one for a minute. Let's see what we got here. Oh. I'll have to think about that one and get back to Tucker directly. For the moment, dead Raptidon. Let's go talk to
Right. How many good folk we gonna lose to her missions?
That's just the way of it. We gotta earn our keep out here.
That don't mean we ought to be following her into the jaws of a mantiqueen.
You'd rather sit on your thumbs and starve?
No. All I'm saying is she gotta be more careful throwing away lives like that.
This way.
A mantiqueen.
Yeah. We felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins.
And hell only knows where the Van Noys are. They never showed.
I'm sure they're... let's talk later. It seems we have company. A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts. Ah, yes. The first step to accepting the truths of philosophism is to open your heart to its wisdom. I've found the written word to be quite effective in helping people do that. But alas, the eternal truth hasn't been generous with the paper and ink. Now, why have you come?
Well, since we're here, we might as well... We'll start with this.
Awakening is available to all whose minds are ready to accept it. What would you like to know?
Now, when you hear mention of philosophism, the Iconoclasts are a sect within the philosophist school of thought. It is the direct opposite of what scientism, which Vicar Max is a member of that particular train of thought religiously. They're 2 opposing forces, and of course, board propaganda has convinced the majority of the people in Halcyon that the philosophists are evil monsters that will basically come and take you in your sleep and eat you whole like some kind of evil cannibalistic monster. But we'll give Graham here the chance to explain it in his words.
Ah, the eternal. We are all part of the consciousness of the cosmos. Each of us plays a tiny role in the universe's continual journey toward understanding itself. You and I, and the rats and the mantis swarms. Divinity is in us all, and the eternal is that divinity. Everyone, regardless of ability to believe, is another facet of the universe contemplating its own existence. The point of no return. When your mind fully opens to the eternal truth, every philosophist experiences it along the path to enlightenment. For many, it is the first brush with the cold of death, when they realize that all of their lives have boiled down into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform into the very evil we sought to combat. Now he runs MSI just like the overlords before him.
He is, of course, talking about Sanjar back in Stellar Bay.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. Another is that misfortune often brings opportunity. I found my path through the tragedies of my past. Not in the sense of a single entity, fashioning the universe as a whittler fashions a flute. The universe came into being over time, organically, naturally, and without purpose. In that sense, I suppose you could say that, in the interest of finding its purpose, the universe itself created all living things.
Whoa. I think I just felt my brain kick into a higher gear. Is this what you folks call enlightenment?
If it were only that easy, my delightfully eager friend. You've taken but one step on our long and arduous, but ultimately fulfilling, path toward the eternal truth. Go ahead. All right.
I heard about you. You're trying to change the colony, right? Transform the soul and character of Halcyon.
Right you are, my boy. Soon every man, woman, and child will experience their own spiritual awakening under my guidance. The iconoclasts are free folk. We live under our rules, motivated by our own beliefs, all petals on the same flower of enlightenment. Meanwhile, the board strangles the will of its workers. It is the penultimate exercise of a poisoned society where people are enslaved by a corporate ladder. We seek to replace their way of life with ours. Philosophism is the key to unlocking their shackles. Oh, yes. Gunships hover in our skies, ready for the day they decide to come to our doors waving banners of war. The perception of visionaries is often tainted by the lies of their oppressors. A sad state of affairs, to be sure. Why have you come?
Well, since we're here, there's no reason not to see if the folks around Amber Heights don't need any help.
A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now here's an idea. There's an old printing press I've been trying to get up and running.
Yes.
We will make do, as we always have. Spreading the word of our movement is of paramount importance. Will you aid us in our cause? Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Forget it. Huxley's still recovering. She won't be up for a run for a while yet.
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so tone-deaf. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
Now this is the point in the game where you see a particular split of opinion. Zora there is practically minded. She wants to focus on taking care of the immediate needs of the folk here in Amber Heights, while Graham over there is more focused on refining and spreading his philosophist thought. Now, it can go either way, but from a purely practical standpoint,
The infamous Amber Heights.
Everybody here looks wore out. Is it just me?
I would be more inclined to, think the way Zora does. Let's go to the Bayside Terrace. I've got a bit of an issue here. Hang on just a second. Let's see. What we've got here.
Excuse me, but this area's off limits. We got a leaky generator. It ain't safe. That's my nice way of telling you to sod off. We're fixing a leaky generator. What's it to you?
Funny it wasn't leaking earlier when I was up here.
Right. Carlotta. Yeah, she's inside. We got first rights, though. Soon as we fix that generator, she's ours. You'd have to ask the boss. I just know she wants Carlotta voided. And I'm just gonna let you walk on in? Why's that now? Oh, of all the void damned. I ain't getting eaten alive for a couple of bits. Pack it up, crew!
It's too quiet. What are you up to out there? Hello?
Hello.
Relax. I've been cooped up in here for almost 2 days. Who are you, anyway? Oh, finally! Tell Graham that this is the last run I'm doing. Sanjar's declared a stop sale to you lot, but even if he hadn't, I'm not risking my neck anymore.
I don't know how you got those goons to leave, but thank you. Graham ordered rollers and whatsits, right? For a printing press? Here, take them. Like I said, this is my last run. You'd have to ask him. All I know is that if I get caught, I'll get arrested. Law help them. I don't know. Maybe Sublight can lend a hand. I should go. Look, Graham's got a bit or two left in his account. I can send one last dropout before I wash my hands of this. What do you want delivered? I always took that woman for the sensible type. Good on her. I'll send some along. Give them all my regards. And good luck out there. Don't go getting eaten.
Yay, the happy Sisty Pig. Yay. All right, let's see here. What does this look like? Just a lower rated version. Alright then. Back to Amber Heights. Now, it was very important.
They're real pretty. And they got these really big teeth, if you see them up close.
I heard they spit acid right in your eyes. You saw one of them up close?
I mean, yeah. They're just about everywhere in Edgewater. Can't hardly turn a corner without slipping in their entrails.
Wait, are we talking about the same thing?
You're not talking about Saltuna?
Anyway, what I was going to say is that quest just now, if we had taken the cartridges but not the food and medicine, we would not have the option later to negotiate a more positive end result for the dispute between the iconoclasts and MSI. So it's better to keep that particular road open.
I'm telling you, the Van Noys are fine.
Bullshit, Graham. They don't just abandon orders, and they weren't at the ruins. Where in this sulfur-sodden hellhole did you send them?
They're on a very important... we'll continue this later. Welcome back, Captain.
Thank the Eternal that someone's got some sense in their head. Carlotta usually schedules the next drop during the meeting. When's she coming?
That is most unfortunate. This cuts off one of our only 2 supply lines on Monarch. Sanjar, old friend, you're about to cross a dangerous line.
About to? That idiot just declared war.
We will deal with his subversion later. For now, we must redouble our efforts to spread the truth to the colony. I've already sent a team ahead to scout the press. One of our best. Meet them there and find out if they've been successful.
You sent the Van Noys there, didn't you? Oh, for fuck's sake, Graham! We needed them in the ruins. Our people died out there.
They went willing to fight for our cause. We need reinforcements. We need new recruits. The Van Noys saw the printing facility with the same importance as I.
Is a printing press really worth all these people's lives?
No.
There's gotta be a better way to get your message out.
I have the utmost confidence in their abilities. Friends, we must have faith that the men and women we recruit can handle the duties for which we recruit them.
Yes! You're damn right he could have. But he's so obsessed with preaching that he's become blind to our actual problems. Look, just... if the Van Noys are still alive, get them out of there. With Sanjar pressing the issue like this, I have a feeling we'll need them.
Yay. Okay. Now, before we leave, let me go back to that console in the building yonder. Okay. Took care of that little bit of business. That rock makes me think of something out of the old Dr. Seuss books. I put a full-size scope on that sucker, wouldn't it? All right. Now. Right. Oh, I forgot to look at that, excuse me. That's funny. Okay.
You really lived your whole life in Edgewater?
Yeah, until the captain picked me up. I was the town mechanic. Had my own little garage and everything.
Don't know how you did it. If I had to spend every day working on the board's machinery, I would have gone spare.
I don't think I belonged, really. Folks tried to treat me nice, but we didn't understand each other.
I'm glad the boss picked you up. Crew wouldn't be the same without you.
That's real sweet, Felix. Right back at ya.
No, ain't that nice. Okay. Alright, unfortunately, since we have not found a map marker for the North Ruins, we'll have to go around the long way. Van Noys are up that way. Actually, hang on just a second. Let me... Let's give her a slightly heavier... There we go.
That had to hurt. Don't mess with the best.
Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? Uncertified mining gear. How dare they wear uncertified mining gear out here? They have to fill out the proper forms, and then they have to pay the appropriate fees, and... Alright, that's enough of that. Oh, I see him. Okay, problem solved.
Here we go!
Oh, crap.
Incoming!
Really? How many times am I going to shoot you?
Nobody messes with you, boss.
There we go. Right. Something over here. Still. What is it? Alright, problem solved.
Score one for Felix.
All right. Okay, nothing back this direction.
Here they come!
Where? Oh. That was rude. Amara Ooter. All right.
Not a moment too soon.
Welcome to the Iconoclast, asshole.
Here's the Van Noys.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Hope you're here to help. We only got so many bullets left, and I ain't keen on using one on you. Thank the Eternal. We could use a hand. But we can't leave without patching these guys up. Acker here is bleeding out, and Jensen can't see straight. Our medic has got our trauma kit, but we got separated. We ain't seen him in a couple of hours.
I'll see if I can find him.
Take him down!
Get up! Get ready!
That's the last of him.
There's the medic's body.
Here we go!
Hit!
Alright, calm down.
That's one down!
Everybody calm down. We're good. Well, there's the medic. Oh, and a custom shotgun. How nice. Okay, alright, you two, spread out. Right, let's see. 314. Yeah, let's give Parvati that. And head back to the Van Noys.
Any luck out there? Oh, fuck. Well, that's better than nothing. Thanks. We'll head out as soon as we're patched up.
Right. Now to deal with the printing press. And there are raptidons here. That's nice. What we've got here. To whom it may concern, I, Caden Schuster, do hereby declare my official resignation. Delivery services to the Terra 1 printing facility number Oscar Delta 2214 shall cease forthwith. During my tenure of service, I have made known numerous complaints regarding the hazards of working on this law-forsaken rock. Excuse me. Including, but not limited to, the infestation of unknown insects in my sinus cavities resulting in weeks of unpaid leave, the as-yet unreimbursed loss of several articles of clothing due to the acidic properties of the local atmosphere, the constant unrelenting aggression for local wildlife, a persistent itching and coughing malady in my lungs likely due to breathing in trace amounts of sulfur, and equally persistent indigestion, a symptom of an overall nutritional problem stemming from the fact that I am, in fact, allergic to fish, which is the main diet provided to service workers based in Stellar Bay. I have received the following responses to these complaints, all of which I deem unacceptable. At my resulting loss of olfactory senses, I was deemed, quote, lucky to no longer suffer the stench of fish and sulfur. My wardrobe was replaced with uniforms out of Stellar Bay, which suffered the exact same degradation, and I was thus no better off. At my insistence, I was awarded the services of a local hunter, one N. Ramnaram Wentworth, who spent my entire service call inebriated and offending my sensibilities with off-color language. After a thorough medical examination, I was found to be in working health, which was deemed more fortunate than many. At my insistence that additional dietary needs be offered, I was instead awarded extra supplies of toilet paper. After this latest response, I hereby tell whoever is reading this to go hang themselves, and that your replacement rollers, ink carts, belting, bindings, keys, stamps, lubricants, and whatever else is in these infernal boxes can all be found rotting in the wilderness. Good day to you. Sincerely, Caden Schuster. Now, not a candidate for top employer of the year.
Can't keep us out.
Ms. Bolshov, UDL Mark IV security masks are meant for use in crowd dispersal scenarios. They are not appropriate for a workplace environment. Your purchase request has been denied. Darlene Bolshov, somebody was having trouble breathing. Ms. Bolshov, focus testing indicates that the air quality on Terra 1 does not warrant the use of olfactory filters or any other scent-blocking equipment. Your purchase request for, quote, something to deal with the stink of sulfur is denied. Ms. Bolshov, according to the manufacturer, your current rollers are capable of retaining efficiency in all environments. We have no evidence to support your claim that the rollers are, quote, degrading because of this blanking air. Bless. I guess Ms. Bolshov was the coordinator for this place.
Got him, boss.
Here they come!
Rude. There you go. There he is.
Everyone all right?
Right. Well, that clears that up. Oh, the dissident hunter. Okay.
I'm ready for this.
That had to hurt.
One more.
Here we go!
Okay. I think that just about covers everything in here.
Gosh, that's clever.
Wonder what that stuff looks like. Oh, very bespoke. Oh, that's Felix's outfit. Casual wear. Let's see, that's Felix and Parvati right there. Ooh, very fancy. I could fit in with the folk on Byzantium. Anything hiding in the corner? No? Okay. So now...
Here we go!
Who's next?
You literally stood over there all this time when we was having this big firefight with all your pals. And did not come over there trying to spit acid on us and eat our faces and all that stuff. Oh, that's nice. Oh, barred. Alright then. Let's go the long way around.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh, I can't pick it up because the Raptidon died right there. Cacao milk. R. Rodriguez. Terry's birthday. No, we are not celebrating Terry's birthday. Terry's dead, folks. I know he meant a lot to everyone here, myself included, but let his untimely demise be a lesson about safety in the workplace. Don't pet the canids. We're leaving. To all employees of Terra 1 Publications, yes, the rumors are true. We're leaving. The board has decided to cut their losses and operate on Terra 2 instead. In accordance with the evacuation orders, we are to await a shuttle out of Cascadia. When we get word that our ride is on the way, we'll shutter this facility, pack everything up, and lock the door on the way out. Until then, however, we are expected to continue working. I'm sure reassignments are forthcoming, but that's not an excuse to slow down. We still have magazines to publish, people. Our customers are eager to find out what happens in Dissident Hunter number 112. Halcyon Referendum number 207, Terra 1 Hazard Clause. Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board, Public Notice number 117, on the issuing of a hazard clause for Terra 1. This notice, issued on 12 January 2343, serves as the public denouncement of Terra 1 as a feasible workplace environment. Due to the hostile and aggressive nature of the wildlife, as well as the unsustainability of its natural flora for use in human consumption, the Halcyon Holdings Corporate Board has officially enacted a hazard clause covering the entirety of Terra 1. After an evacuation period of no more than 6 months, Terra 1 will be officially considered illegal territory. As this is a unanimous decision, any corporation caught operating on Terra 1 after the evacuation period will face fines and possible disbarment as defined in Halcyon Code 22.1. Right. And just for reference, Cascadia is the settlement on the far western end of the map. I believe it was a Rizzo's controlled settlement. But pretty much like everything outside of Amber Heights and Stellar Bay, it is abandoned and left to the Marauders and the Canids. Oops. Now let's get this thing running. And we can return to Graham. Now, were we to go this direction, it would lead down this way. There's a huge sulfur pit over this direction. Ultimately, it would lead to this road that goes into the backside of Cascadia. But we will save that for when we have greater cause to come this way. For now, let's go see Graham and Zora.
If you'll just listen...
Oh, here we go.
No, no more listening. No more preaching. We are losing people left and right. We need to act.
Enough, Zora. I'm not putting the torch to innocent people. Do you want to bring the board's cruisers and gunships down on us? Captain, apologies, but our situation grows dire. Our people talk of foolish endeavors. What news do you bring?
Well, if there are gunships, they sure didn't stop me from landing here.
They are armed all the same. All they need is a good reason, and war is one such reason.
Okay, well, the printing press is yours.
Excellent.
Did you find the Vanoys?
I did, and they are on their way back.
Thank the Eternal.
We're one step closer to bringing the truth to every man, woman, and child in Halcyon. This plan's brilliance is in its subtlety. For the time being, let us cease our activities on the tower, lest we bring premature attention upon us.
Tower?
I have much to do. Articles to write, sermons to ponder. We live in such an exciting time. Let's talk later.
Hey, I need to see to the wounded, but drop by the clinic when you can. I want a word.
This whole discussion goes back to the same comments I made before. Graham wants to preach. He wants to spread the iconoclast message. Oh my goodness. I look like a tank with legs. Anyway, Graham wants to spread the message. Graham wants to preach. Zora, on the other hand, wants to take care of the people's needs. Which is why every time there's a dispute between her and Graham, it typically involves Graham wanting to focus on expanding their ability to get the message out and to preach further to the people, while Zora is more worried about food, medicine, the necessities, basically.
Hey, Captain. I need your help, and we ought to keep it hush-hush. You know about what happened here, right? The history of Amber Heights?
Fella came through Edgewater once, mentioned something to my dad about pirates wiping out of town. You mean this is the same place?
Right. Common belief is that the pirates fled to an old relay station that had already been abandoned, but nobody could find them. The station's locked up, but one of my people found an old data cartridge in a nearby rat nest. It's mostly corrupted, but I pulled a couple codes off of it. One is the code to the Amber Heights gate. I don't recognize the other, but it's similar. I bet it opens a door. Right. The access codes to Amber Heights. What gets me is, if this belonged to the pirates, that means they knew someone there. If someone gave them the gate code, all those deaths, Captain, all that blood is on their hands. Graham isn't fond of talking about the history here. He had friends who worked here. The massacre hit him pretty hard. You know him. Live and let live and all that. I don't want to burden him right now, especially if this ends up being a dead end. Just a warning. The area is infested with mantisaurs. I'd send some help, but we're, preparing for war. Appreciate it. Here's the code. If it works, bring back anything you find. Supplies are best, but information's good too. If someone was behind the Amber Heights massacre, it'd give a lot of people around here some closure to find out who and string them up. Good luck. Watch out for the Taros.
All right.
Welcome to the Emporium. I'm Bronson. Yeah, plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a couple reports I need to follow up on. The pipes up on Milton's house burst. Someone needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat chewed through them, and now they're spitting lightning. Then there's the old guardhouse, outside town on the way to the old Bayside Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there. I'll be damned. Thanks for doing that. Here. Zora sets aside a bit or two for people who help out. Before you ask, no, it ain't pay. Just being generous to folks who do a good turn.
Fair enough.
Hey, thanks again for helping out. What can I do you for?
See if he's got anything for sale. He's got a few goodies. All right. Pardon me. Now, where we're going is down this way, along the road further toward Cascadia. We will go and see what the mystery is surrounding the incident that Zora told us about. Oh, I see a Manosaur. Now, if I recollect, this up here is a broken bridge.
Take him down!
Way to go, Cap!
Felix, get out of my line of fire.
That's the last of them.
All right. A civilian.
Must be MSI's work. They got a knack for burning bridges.
Just busted enough that you can't walk on it. Otherwise, you might could work your way across that frame. Oh well. It'll be all right.
What happened here?
None of them survived. That's what fixers call deductive reasoning.
The Smuggler Tunnel.
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my traps anyway? Hiding from the marauders that hit us, obviously. Now your turn. That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago. Cave like this makes a handy place to store goods or hide out for a spell. And the traps usually keep gawkers out. Catherine had us making drops for some big-shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret. The marauders knew we were coming. Rigged the bridge with explosives and everything. If they found us, my guess is they found the client too. Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you've got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook, just as soon as I've caught my breath.
All right, then. Don't be getting sick on me now there. Oops.
Wish I could do that.
No, I could teach you if you like. Now, let's see. Did I kill a sprat? Oh. Killed 3 sprats. 4 sprats. All right then. Uh-oh. Who? I smarted just a little bit. On the right. Let's go ahead and take care of this one. Whoops. There we go. And just for the time being, I suppose I could repair all of my items. Oh, not bad. But I'll stick with my iconoclast armor. Offers better protection.
All right, here we go.
We're pretty good at this.
Oh, how exciting. We did it. Now. Well,
Please, you don't have to do this. Just let us down from here. Humidity is really uncomfortable. Look, I didn't mean what I said about your outfit. It's very fashionable, I swear.
Somebody's blowing up a piece of Monarch. I want in. Woo! We all in one piece?
Dang, that's impressive.
so is the amount of bits that were in that container. Anything up here? Up we go and down we come. Oh, that door's barred. Oh. Now I believe that this is the science weapon on Monarch. I do not have the key card and I cannot hack it. But perhaps we can find that key card.
Have a good brawl!
Great work!
Ooh, that had to hurt.
Did I give Parvadia 2-0? Yeah, I gave Parvadia 2-0. And Felix needs to stick with what he has, so... let's... give Parvadia a leg up with that. And then I think that evens it out just a little bit more for the time being. So. That cleans the inventory out just a little bit.
Let's dance!
Nice hit!
Somebody was up in here just scattering money everywhere. There we go. All right. I think this goes outside. Yes. Now, back downstairs. Oh, wait a minute. We missed a room. What have we got here? This terminal is only to be used by UDL personnel with an Alpha 237 clearance. If you are reading this without Alpha 237 clearance, please report to your supervisor for immediate termination and disciplinary action, including but not limited to fines in excess of 100,000 bits, detention in a UDL authorized incarceration center for up to 136 months, mandatory corporate policies and values seminars, revocation of company lounge and or bathroom privileges. Ooh. Critics agree that terminals built by intercompany name here are the best terminals. Oh, Lorem Ipsum in progress. Let's see, Alpha 237 clearance. Project Lorem Ipsum. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Lorem Ipsum, which I think is used as just a placeholder, shall result in a potent, mostly non-lethal crowd control gas for use against rioting, agitated, or excessively numerous crowds. Rich sulfur pockets make Monarch a prime site for testing and experimentation. Early results show promise, but further research is necessary. UDL disavows all knowledge of and responsibility for Lorem Ipsum. All data in this report is considered proprietary knowledge of UDL. If Valdez wants a better title, see how she likes these. She's going to be furious if she ever finds this list, and I'm not covering for you. Make sure these are good and hidden. Thunderdog, Eggs Mayhem, Skunk Parade, Fuck You Valdez, I Want My Raise. Waterloo or Danger Burn. All right. The follow-up with Catherine Malin on this one does not matter because we found it ahead of time. Primarily thanks to Arthur hiding out in that cave down there. Okay. And we have Sanjar the proof he wanted that another corporation is indeed operating on Monarch unauthorized. So, and whether or not it serves any purpose to do so in the future, we will go over here right quick and open this gate. But yeah, I have, or had, he's passed away now, a friend, older friend, who I was in the lodge with. He was a lawyer for many years, and he told me one time in a conversation in passing, lorem ipsum basically is just a placeholder text used for a variety of documents when they're still in the developmental phase. You can put that term on a document until somebody settles on a name, because he was in corporate law, and sometimes when they were still hammering out what to call themselves, small businesses that would come to him for help with writing up the appropriate papers they needed. It doesn't have any specific meaning. It's, derived from Latin, but otherwise it's just a placeholder. Then again, it's funny how sometimes Latin phrases get mispronounced, and it becomes pretty much standard to mispronounce them. Like weenie weedy weechy wiki, I think it is. Everybody says vini vidi vici. No. It's been years since I studied Latin, and I've probably forgotten the vast majority of what I learned, but hey. Every once in a while you'll have a phrase or two that might be useful. Every once in a while. Hello?
Yeah! Now that was fun!
Where are you going?
Got it!
Let me take that. I might need to improve one of my other weapons. I'm not entirely sure yet. Now, back to the task Zora asked us to look in on. Now, Fallbrook is there. We'll be headed there next. For the moment, we want to keep traveling down the main road.
I smell blood!
Here we go!
There's where we're going. Here's where the fun begins.
Look at us!
Never hurts to go around the houses, just make sure nothing's hiding. All right. And here is our destination. Huh. Sketchy low pressure suit. Oh.
Great work.
Before we pick that up, let's clear the rest of the room. And examine this terminal. Let's see. Work order. Tunnels are in, cables are laid. Devil's Peak is receiving, but we're waiting on signal confirmation from the outposts. This whole place stinks of sulfur. We should have brought masks. I'm sure I heard something in the caverns beneath the tower. Something's living there. Here's hoping we don't unsettle it, or else that place ain't going to be safe for our cable guys. We've got signal from Amber Heights, Stellar Bay, and Cascadia. Still waiting on word from Bayside Terrace and Aurora Ridge. I ought to note that I was right about those caverns. They ain't safe. Some kind of hell, I don't know. A big thing with claws. I ain't an animal scientist. Ooh, my English teacher would be having a fit right about now. Can't wait to get the hell off this rock. It should be noted that the lead engineer, Frank Walkowicz, is perished due to a workplace accident involving hostile wildlife in the Devil's Peak Caverns. It should be further noted that Mr. Walkowicz's complaints regarding the dangers of the Terra 1 wildlife have been redacted. Okay, here's the hazard clause again. Gonna die for this damn fool errand, I know it. He said Amber Heights was gonna have more bits than we can spend, but those suited morons up and spend it all for us. Books and vases and pretty shit. You can't eat a fucking book. Look at us now. Of all the closets to coop up in and lick our wounds, we had to choose the one that's set to lock itself up. Feel like a marauder digging at the walls like this, but we gotta get out before we starve. It ain't possible, but Nelson's over there trying to keep our spirits up, and I don't got the energy to fight him on it. Screw that Bryant fella. Eyes bigger than his fucking stomach. Oh no. Oh boy. Zora is not going to be happy. What the hell? The captain can wear an eye patch, can he? All right, back to Zora. Zora.
Welcome back. You find anything out there?
Yeah. Data cartridges.
Let's see. These are old. Looks like correspondences between the pirates. Some bits here, some there, some... Wait. This one's got the Amber Heights gate code on it. Just like the one I found earlier. And here's... a letter. Wait, this is from Graham. Oh, of all the... Captain. He gave them the gate codes. And their families? And all the hired help? I know he's got his head in the clouds, but I always believed there was a core of good there. What the hell happened to live and let live?
I always figured Mr. Bryant for a man of character. In the end, though, he was just another name on a long list of frauds.
Yeah. He had us all fooled. Now I've got to sort out how to break it to the rest of my people. Thank you for bringing this back, but I need some time. I gotta think. I'll let you know if I figure something out.
Hey, boss, I've been thinking.
That's dangerous.
I can't believe I wanted to shake his hand. I need a shower. It makes you wonder if being a treacherous, two-timing coward is some sort of contagious disease, or if he was just born that way.
Never meet your heroes.
Graham wasn't my hero, but I did admire his work. At first, I liked what Graham was doing. The Iconoclasts were going to change Halcyon for the better. But then, we found out Graham was behind the slaughter of Amber Heights. How can anybody so morally bankrupt lead a movement to transform the colony? Yeah, maybe you're right. You'd never do something like that, would you? Slaughter a whole community of innocents? I'm sure Graham told himself the same thing. He wasn't the one who held the gun and pulled the trigger. All he did was turn a key. The thing is, that's all it takes. Sometimes the difference between right and wrong is turning a key, or looking the other way, or keeping your mouth shut when you ought to speak up. Let's get back to it. I need to put all this ugly business with Graham behind me.
Yeah, Graham didn't kill him, but he did turn the key. Oops. All right. We need to go back to Stellar Bay and see Sanjar anyhow, so... I got all excited and was going the wrong way. Let's see. Okay, back to the warehouse, that's right. Sanjar,
Hey,
then the
Felix,
warehouse.
You like riddles?
Is that a riddle? Because the answer is yes. Hit me.
Be careful with your new friends in Amber Heights. They're not the most reliable types. Anyway, what can I do for you? Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the Reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
Number 4.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
All right, then. Now, I think to get to the dock...
Smells like rats in here. Oh, it does work.
Yep, I'm going to have to go through the fishery. Cannery. Fishery.
Trust me, this is worse.
It's quite a view. Oh, around this way. All right, now we can definitively head to Fallbrook. Well, that's going to do it for this episode, folks. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already so you'll see my future content. If you have any questions, comments, constructive criticisms, leave a comment down below. Questions, thoughts. And as always, I will see you in our next episode. Cheers.